Welcome back in the vehicle. We just had a quick stretch of the legs, and see there's a herd of impala just making their way down to Gowrie Waterhole. I'm sure they're going to stick around for a bit. Maybe we can get closer and closer as the morning goes along. I think we're going to change area, but we can just use one of the boundary roads and get back more to the western parts of the area we drive in. Go look around. Oh, look at this beautiful Jackal Berry. Let's reverse a bit. Love this tree, but look at about sort of 3 meters off the ground. There's a little squirrel just sitting, sunning itself. Perfect little perch. That looks amazing. For contrast as well, with that little bit of shadow behind him. I said that's a perfect perch. It's so in many ways. It's in the sun, obviously that's what the squirrel wants, warm up. It's still quite cold out here, but it's also, you can see almost like a little hollow into the tree, and the wind at the moment is coming from the sort of northwest, which is the other side of the tree trunk from the squirrel, so he's even sheltered from the wind a little bit. There's another one climbing up in the back as well. Look at that. Going up. Guys, tree squirrels, or common tree squirrel, you get them a large part of sort of all over southern Africa, except for the very deserty parts and the very jungly parts. But they quite small relative to the squirrels that people in Europe or North America are used to. Quite big squirrels. These guys are only about the size of a, what shall we compare it to? Size of a mouse rather than a big rat. A bit smaller than a tennis ball. If you take the tail away, it's difficult to explain. They could sit in your hand quite easily. And as the name suggests, tree squirrels spend almost all their time in and around trees. They don't like being in the open. They live in trees. They've got their holes in the trees and sort of run around in the area. They will go across the ground, obviously, to get to other areas to feed, and they'll get down on the ground to get seeds and things, but they spend a lot of their time up in the trees, more so again than your larger North American or European squirrels, grey or the red squirrels. Still chewing on something. I think it's also very different from the from the grey and the red squirrels that typically hibernate. Again, obviously the northern hemisphere winters get much colder, so animals do need to hibernate more. These guys are still quite active in our winter time as well. They still sun themselves, they still feed around. They do hoard and store some food for winter, but they are still active. Beautiful big Jackal Berry as well. As far as squirrel properties go, this would be one of the better ones in the area. See a drongo sitting on that branch and just lush green canopy. Cool little animals. On the road in front of us, away, unfortunately, it's a Lilac-Breasted Roller, bluebird, but busy dust bathing, sitting on the road getting some dust into the feathers. away. Try to get it through there. It's sitting just through this gap there, sitting sort of low branch. Can't see much of it, but since we did mention it, it's now facing slightly away from us. You can only see more the side of the body. And of course you can see the little branch in the foreground as well. It's from a bush willow. There we go. Such a stunning bird. Just look at all the different variations and sort of hues of the color there. Beautiful. Love that blue as well on the wing, the sort of the leading edge of the wing. Of course all the different turquoises and aquamarine, lilac and purple, white. So many different colors on the body or on the feathers itself. Might fly and see the wings when it takes off. Or it's just giving us a different view. This is my side, this is my front. There are two little sort of knitting needles at the back of the tail as well, that pins there. Oh, it's a stunning view of a roller. Feathers all puffed out like that in the wind, it just really highlights all the different colors. You don't see them like this often. It's one very colorful bird. It's just flown down onto the ground. We're just going to see if we can actually get a gap. They don't typically spend much time on the ground. They like being perched somewhere. There it goes again. Just a flash of color. Stunning.